Mahidol University and also especially at the Rubber Technology Research Center. We call it shortly RTech. And I'm with the legends of the rubber industry in Thailand, and also specialists. People respect them a lot, and they are pioneers in the in the rubber industry research for the benefit of Thai rubber industry. I'm with Professor Krisada Suchiwa, and also Dr. Chakri Siri Singh. And so there are two gentlemen, well known, well respected in Thailand. And today our objective is to learn about their institute, RTech. We call RTech, Rubber Technology Research Institute Center, RTech, what it's all about. Before I ask them about all this about RTech, I want to tell all of you one thing. Teachers is not about teaching classrooms. Actually, they are the creator of the next generation, the skill development. Their role is very, very important. I'm really proud to sitting next to them, and because every teacher, parents and teachers are important in everybody's role and everybody's life. But teachers create, develop skills what future needs, and that is very noble thing. I think Achan Krisada in industry close to 40 plus years now, or close to 50 years now. So maybe I would like to ask you, first introduce, your journey started briefly, and some of the highlights about your journey first. Okay, yeah, please.
Okay, thank you. Well, it's been a long time. It's been involved with the rubber industry, as you said, maybe 40 years or even more. Yeah. Actually, I was among the very first people who was educated in the field of rubber. Not educated, I'm in polymers, but I took interest in rubber because, as we all know, rubber industry is very important for Thailand. And 40 years ago, there were very few rubber scientists or researchers at that time. So my interest was to develop researchers, human resource development. I start asking for scholarships to send students to go abroad, like the Sharkit is an example of very good example of one of them. Yeah. Many other, maybe 10, 20, 30 people. Which one. And at Mahidol University, it's a polymer group which I have created. And of course, we took many research interests in the field of natural rubber, because at that time, I think the president of Mahidol University, Professor Nat Amonpawat, he's very much want us to help the country develop natural rubber, which is a very important resource for Thailand. So we spend most of our time doing research on natural rubber for a long time, kind of things. And also human students, teachings, we created a master's degree, PhD degree in polymer science with special interest in rubber research, of course, and also plastics. This is what I've been done. Not only at Mahidol University for myself, I did some similar things, developed a human resource research team at the MTech, National Materials Technical Center as well. So I worked in both places. At MTech, there were about 30 researchers in this field. We hope to work together at that time. Anyway, so when I retired, so I decided to create a special center in rubber research. This is RTech, Rubber Technical Research Center, and RTech was created by university, Mahidol University, to provide specific support, technical support to the Thai rubber industry, particularly the rubber product manufacturing industry. As we all know, most of the rubber product manufacturing industry, they are SMEs, 85% SME, and of course they need help with regards to technological development, which is very important for to increase their competitiveness in the international market. And this is our aim, major aims of ARTEC, which we created. We just want to develop technological capabilities of Thai SMEs. And we do this by providing technical support like analysis and testing, which we will show you later. We want to support or stimulate SME to do research, because research is important for SME. If they don't do research, I think they can develop their competitiveness. And this is what ARTEC is particularly interested to stimulate and also to support research in SMEs. And we're still trying to do this. I think it's more important than providing service, technical service support. We also do human resource development, not as big as Technobiz, but we do whatever we can, which is very important, as you know very well. Human resource development is very important. So we run regular, short courses. We can show you later and kind of things. Okay. So this is ARTEC. ARTEC, to summarize, we want to help develop competitiveness in the Thai rubber industry, particularly SME, by helping them to do research and also provide technical support for whatever they need, like product development or process development. We can help them. Okay.
So when was established ARTEC?
Oh, about 10 years ago, 2012. 12, yes. We came to existence long before that. We were actually we were with the chemistry department, Faculty of Science, with the polymer groups, and then we more or less spin off from the polymer group from chemistry department 10 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
So when I ask Dr. Chakri, is head of this the Rubber Technology Center, Research Center, ARTEC. So can you talk about about the infrastructure, also number of researchers here,
Right. For the infrastructure here, for the test facilities here, we got quite a various, broad spectrum of the instrument here, ranging from the mixing equipments, and then we got the test for the flow properties of the rubber and polymer, and also we have test facilities for check the we call the dynamic mechanical properties, which is very important for most of the rubber products. Okay, and also we have a quite the very nice equipment we call the GCMS, which is very powerful for determining the composition of the chemicals in the rubber products. Okay, and in terms of the research, we got 3 researchers here, and also we have the around 20 full-time research assistants here to help us complete our goal or our mission. Yeah.
And what kind of customers come to the ARTEC? What kind of customers? What kind of product line?
Oh wow! I would say that is so. That's so numerous because ranging from the trader, like they want to know their product performance or how good their additive is gonna be appropriate for the industry, or sometimes the industry themselves come to us to check for their product's properties, or some customer they just come to us to ask for the formulation. As you know, formulation is very important for the producing the products, and as you know that the SME sometimes they got their own formulation which is long time established, which is outdated now. Okay, and we help them to develop or improve their products performance quite significantly.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think we work a lot with the Thai industry, the Thai industry, not the big ones, because we happen to have one of the very first Thai testing facilities in the country. We established this with the Thai rubber industry, and so we've been working a lot with the Thai industry, Thai industry, and also I think our customer may be the rubber parts in general, engineering rubber parts, as Dr. Shakit said, and they come to us for compounding, product development and testing, etc. We want to expand our activities to cover latex industry as well, because it's very important for Thailand. I think it's very competitive for Thailand, and that's what we're trying to do at the time. Okay.
So the Thai testing center, what you have here, probably is one of the in Thailand, probably one of the leaders in providing the Thai testing service.
Yes. Well, I think it's one of the first Thai testing facilities established with the industry, at that time. And because about 20 years ago, there's no Thai testing facilities in Thailand, and we get the funding from the government, and we established this, and I think we have been helping Thai manufacturers developing testing capabilities. We did some teaching short course from time to time, and now I think most Thai manufacturers now they have their own. 20 years ago they don't have it, but now I think they become richer. Of course they make their own investment. Perhaps they have better facilities than us now. So we want to change our role to be a kind of devoted to research, support research, Thai research in Thailand, which I think we hope to be able to show you our Thai testing research, including field tests, which it cannot be done elsewhere. This is our role. So we have to adjust ourselves. As we see the industry grow, develop, then we have to try kind of to move a bit ahead of them. This is our role. Okay. Yeah.
And also, maybe Dr. Chakrit, you were talking about offering service to the rubber products,
Right.
Auto parts, or maybe the industrial rubber products, and also some compound development. Are there any foreigners also utilizing your facility?
Yes, sir.
Overseas industry customers?
Yeah, we got few like the Indian and the Sri Lanka customers that they contact us and they ask us for developing the rubber formulation, and also they do some testing on some properties. Yeah.
So Artec is not only just for, of course, its objective is to support the Thai rubber industry, but also you also support the outside Thailand.
Yes.
For Thai testing, Thai testing, I think we have big manufacturers, international companies who send samples to us, I don't want to mention, all the big names. They do send, testing sample to us from time to time when they don't have enough, at the site, just to show that, our facilities are up to standards. Okay.
See, I think it's not just about testing it, but you're giving suggestions on how to improve the product properties. Because it is located in heart of the Mahidol University, and researchers, it's not just using instrument, getting some data. I think the most important is the analyzing the data,
right, that's
utilizing the data, interpreting it. So can you talk about that? Issues with that kind of services.
Yes, actually, as Param said, we got quite many researchers that have their own expertise. Okay, for example, we got the researcher that they know very well on the latex technology. Okay, and for myself, I am quite familiar with the rheology and the viscoelastic properties and how to control those properties. And we also got some researchers. They got the strength in the adhesion, rubber adhesion, And also for some, they might good in the blending, but I would say that we got quite a broad spectrum of the knowledge, and that is the reason why we could provide the consultancy to our customer quite very well. Yeah.
I think it's very important that not only instruments and testing instrument and
Yeah,
facilities,
but our
but
expertise. Yeah.
you've got a specialist,
Yeah.
working, day in and day out. That makes it unique.
Yeah.
That's why people should take this, take your service in whether in developing a product or whether it is, or maybe reverse engineering, finding what is the right formulation.
That's right. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that is one of the specialty of most of the laboratories, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, in terms of the challenges, doing this service, what kind of experiences you have? I think Butler, you mentioned about SMEs. There is a reluctancy about creating innovations, and they always look at it as a cost. But by working with Artec, I think they economize the product development, right? Can you talk about experience with the SMEs?
Well, of course, as you know, SME now, although we try to encourage them to do more research, but they're still quite reluctant to make investment in research, as you would know very well. And that is one of the problems that we face, but we just try to do our best to cope with this. Many times, they come to us, we advise them to do this and that, and ask them to change this and that, and they will not do it, So, but we still will work towards that direction, because it's the only way, for them is to make them do research. It may take time. It depends on the timing. SME, we have new generations of owners, but at this time, even new generations, they don't have decisions on investment, so you have to listen to their father or whatever, right? So that's how we face, But we have to be patient, we talk about ourselves that our direction is quite clear what we want to do, but we have to be patient. It's not so easy, but we just try to adapt, okay? So I think the solution, I think, is the market. If they have the market, I'm sure they will be more willing to invest. Perhaps you cannot stop them to invest in their market. But one of the weakness of the Thai SME is that it's the marketing, as you know. They don't have international market. It's local market. They compete with local market. So they compete by decreasing the price, of products, But if they go outside, to the market, international market, they will realize that they have so many opportunities ahead of them. This is one of the weaknesses, and I think this is what we should the government should work on this, because to help them find a market. And we have experience ourselves with the company. We try to work with companies because to support every research, you have to have the company which are willing to work on research, meaning that they have to have right manpower. Have to invest in the researchers, at least bachelor's degree or whatever. And we see that the development. We work with a company in Thais, for 10 years. Now, past 2 years, I think they have started finding markets, international markets. They're hiring somebody to help them, whatever. And they come up with us with new ideas, new products, which we are also helping them. So I think we know, the solution, but it's not in our position. We're not in a position to do it because we are very small, kind of things, So.
But even the points you highlighted about the SMEs. As everybody knows now that the innovation is a way to go. You need to create a special. You cannot do the business the same way you did before, and it's to stay in the business in a sustainable way. And of course, rubber industry is a family-owned businesses, 95, 98 probably. So there is a different mindset for it. Cost matters. But working with Artec, institute like this, they still can develop products, in a cost-effective manner. Okay, they need to have a little openness, because rubber people are a little bit conservative, not to share much. They worry about the secrets will get released, that confidentiality, particularly in Asia. I think that is one big challenge we have. But working with universities like Artec is really given advantage, for them. First, they don't need to invest on any equipment. They come to you. Instruments are there, and you have expertise is there. So what else? And also being in the Hydol University under the government organization, much cost effective than going to the private laboratories, right? I think that is one of the strengths also, that if you, there are many big laboratories across the world. When you want to test something, sending a test overseas, it's really costly. But I think that is Artec is actually
keep the price low.
No, price is affordable. Let's put the word is affordable. That whether you are a SME or whether it's a big company, most important is that you have a expertise. I think the skill, because every day you guys come with a new problem. Somebody where you teach, you do the research, so very important, right? So yeah. Can you talk about some of the research developments for the last 10 years? Something that you say it been commercialized, some key highlights of the Artec. Yeah.
Want to start?
You start first.
You start first, okay. Well, regarding research, as I mentioned, we happen to be working on ties development, because ties is big business, and at least they're richer than industrial parts manufacturers. So
everybody wants to get a job in tire industry.
Yeah.
I think they have money to invest in.
Right.
Anyway, it so happened that we start this research because we get funding from the at that time is TRF, Thailand Research Fund at the time, at Jamarabon. That's how we got started with research into ties. And we've been working with a few companies. One is solid ties for forklift, which is, I think, is the ties which can be much further expanded in the market. The world market, the global market is very big, So we see the market ahead. So we've been working with them, and we see the development. And we also do some innovation. We work with one of the Thai companies who is very innovative. He came to us. Asked whether, Artec, are you interested in working on airless tie? Airless tie?
Yeah. It's
okay.
the future now.
It's a trend, That was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I won't mention the companies. They
sure.
came to us and they said, you want to work on it? And he provided us with, samples. And we start working on this. And we finish it. We can show it to you.
Fantastic,
Not commercialized yet, but at least, we are in the learning process. Thai research, it takes a long time to learn. So we're quite pleased that we have an opportunity to work on this airless tie, which is going to be a trend in the future, definitely.
Definitely.
And in Thailand, I think we can create our market in Thailand, like agricultural ties, for sugarcane, cutting kind of things. We have our local markets. You cannot compete with international companies. So I think we have local markets to support airless tie. So we work on airless ties. We work on solid ties. Many things. Recently, we helped create a new kind of solid ties called skid steer ties, which is not used much in Thailand yet, but there's a market, international market. We were asked by a company to develop it. So these are our main areas in Thai research. And I think before we work on products, we've been working, the past 10, 20 years on the materials, natural rubber. As you know, natural rubber has their own weaknesses, inconsistency, not oil resistant, heat resistant. So we've been working on these areas. Modified material on the material side. Let's put it this way, it needs a lot of long process of research, because you have to go back to the manufacturers, to make good natural rubbers, consistent rubber, you have to go back to the factory, you create them, and so it's a long process and difficult. Even more difficult than working with SME because they are farmers.
Yeah.
They don't have scientific mind, they just do it. So we've been spending 10 years working on materials until I think we have enough. We've done enough in the sense that we sense that we cannot go further. We still work on natural rubber, but we want to work on more advanced aspect of it. Now we work on characterization, advanced characterization using RPA, which Shakir is the expert. We still have a project working on this. And then regarding products, we work on ties. And as I told you, now we want to go into latex products, innovative products like latex products for medical and healthcare applications, which is also a trend. So I think we have started collaborations already with Faculty of Physiotherapy and Nursing School in Maidan University. We have had many problems or products in mind to do it. So these directions we want to go is latex and the trend medical and healthcare applications, and of course industrial products. We can do the kind of research to support them. Okay, maybe you can add.
Yeah. Okay. Apart from what Dr. Suda mentioned, I just think of the products like the engineering products like rubber industrial rollers, which is very important for various industry. As you know, that the rollers is very important, and each roller they are subject to their own properties. Like the metal industry, they require the roller which could resist the acid or the tearing from the mechanical stress. And you need a special formulation. Or if you go through like the paper industry, they got another requirement. So we use our expertise to develop the formulation, the best formulation for them with the acceptable cost. And also we got the things like the upstream company, like the petrochemical. They ask us to collaborate about the oil, the processing oil. We know as a TDAE. It's a treated distillate aromatic extract, and we have a collaboration until we could launch the products. For the first in Thailand, of that products, and it's quite good for us at that time. And also we have the collaboration with another, the big company on the chemicals. They need to use their products in rubber. Normally they use in plastic, but now they try to use in rubber applications, and they ask us to help what is their own highlight or their own advantage of the products, or whether it could be usable or functional in rubber products or not. It's quite broad range. I would say that, and I cannot say all of them at that time. Yeah.
So one thing nowadays is recycling of paper,
Yeah.
which is a key.
Yes.
Sustainability.
Yeah.
And every company has a vision.
Yeah.
Vision 2030, 2025, you name it, all kinds
Yeah,
of things.
that's right.
So
Yeah.
can you talk about what kind of activities happening on the recycling side, with the tire recycling or rubber recycling?
Yeah, actually, we got the project about the recycling can in tires. Dr. Sada will answer this.
Oh, you talk about it. Well, of course, I'm glad you mentioned about the recycling. Everyone talk about sustainability nowadays, So we of course, we cannot avoid, being involved, So, and in the past, I was not interested in recycling and waste, because our agenda at that time is not to produce waste. Why produce waste and then you try to increase the value? And this is my belief, my concept 10, 20 years ago. But of course you cannot stop people from making waste. It's very difficult. So with the waste, a lot of them, So you have to be with the trend, So we become interested in recycling. Actually, we've done a project now with the Solitaire. I told you to use the rubber waste in their own factory, which they used to throw away or sell it to $3 per kilogram. Now they want us to put it back into their tires, and we have done research. It's still going on. This is our second year now, and hopefully it will help them decrease the cost and also increase the value of their waste. So with our opportunity to be involved with this kind of research, so make us become more interested now in this area of recycling, and with our experience, we realize that there's still a need to develop. Well, we are interested to in powder rubber, to grind it. Not chemical recycling like pyrolysis. I think there's few companies doing pyrolysis now, but we don't have. It's a trend, but we don't have facilities. Although we are in chemistry department, if we want to do it, I think we have our colleagues to help. But I mean, a lot of people do it. Now we are interested in using just straightforward, rubber powder. And we realize that there's a need to develop techniques or the machines for grinding rubber powder small enough, fine, very fine. Because the finer you can produce, the more powder you can put in. And if you look at commercial rubber powders now, they make only 30, 40 mesh, quite big. Maybe it's something to do with the cost. If you want to make finer powder, then the cost will be high. So with a chance to be involved with this project now, we see that we want to develop, with a company that we know on the machineries, to make grinding machines which can produce fine rubber powders at quite relatively acceptable cost. This is our plan to do it. Okay. So we'll be more involved with this, recycling.
I think this is a continuous, research in this area, because the people wanted to find this alternative solutions and to recycle everything possible back to process.
As I mentioned, with actually we are chemists, our background, our chemists, our colleagues. I think another opportunity that we can do is to use bioresources, plenty in Thailand. Dr. Chakri has mentioned his work with many petrochemical companies, but we can also work with on bioresources, natural oils, for examples. This is another opportunity that we can do. I think our expertise here, Artec and also chemistry department, which we have come from the same group, is the chemistry. I think this will be our strength compared to other groups in Thailand. So I think we want to make use of our expertise in chemistry in general, analytical chemistry, even synthesis organic chemistry, physical chemistry. And I think we are more or less physical chemistry, more than organic synthesis. This is our area, I think, our strength. Okay.
So finally, I will ask you this. We talked about research, we talked about testing services. One important that you guys do is the skill development, right? You offer the training programs for the industry. Okay, so can you talk about what kind of programs you offer? And of course, not only that on the short courses, overall with Mahidol University, you have a bachelor degree programs, masters, and also PhD can be, right? Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, I'll talk first. Well, of course, we have master degree courses and PhD courses in polymer science. I don't really believe in specific PhD or master in rubber technologies to specific. So polymer is more
it covers all the broad
cover
range.
a broad range. Nowadays you have to, even polymer itself is not enough. You have to cover other materials to integrate.
Right.
Other materials.
Composites as well.
That's right, composite. This is a trend. You cannot work on. So we glad that we create polymer science degree courses at graduate levels, which enable us to do research. This is what we've been doing. Of course, master or PhD is not really what the industry wants directly because they're SME. They don't even have bachelor's degree employees. But I think we produce these high levels specialized researchers for polymer industry in general, not so much for the rubber industry. But for rubber industry, what they need is something immediate. So that's why we focus for rubber industry on short courses, many courses, introductions to rubber technologies, latex technologies. We want to do more specific. Dr. Shakir has been teaching mixing, specialized course on mixing, on adhesion, adhesive, that kind of thing. So we want to work more toward these directions. We want some other courses want to do, but we cannot do like techno-business, like polyurethane or silicone. We don't have the expertise.
Oh, we can always work together.
Maybe we can work with you. I want to ask you whether we can collaborate somehow because you run a course on using English, we do Thai, so maybe we can collaborate. Hopefully, just for the good of the industry, And there's plenty of opportunity to help them, and you can anticipate the outcome. And if you are successful, you can help them a lot, and you can help them to achieve progress, competitiveness, kind of things. So
continuous improvement happens only when you keep on skilling them.
That's right.
Because the industry is changing, evolving so fast.
Yeah.
And also, I always say, technology, we always say, having a degrees is one thing.
Yes.
Having a knowledge at the fingertips is another thing. But to do have that knowledge at the fingertips, you need to learn on the regular basis.
Yeah.
That's why the programs at ArtTech will be very useful.
Yes.
Short courses, you refresh them, and also you also give the new ideas because you were doing so much research. So new solutions and how to deal with it. So
we also have the course like the on-site program that because some company they do not want to disclose their secret. Okay, in general course, I mean the thing that if they just attend the normal course and they ask some questions and that might be go through their competitors. So what they want is okay, just come to our company and they're just on site our group and we can share the things with us and ask the question with no worry. Okay, I think that is a very, the thing that we could provide to our customer and it's with the success.
Yeah. In-house programs advantage is that one thing is that you don't need to travel.
Yeah, that's right.
Expert come to your place, and you save the time, money of your staff.
Yeah.
Other thing is that you can, the staff can talk to show the samples or production immediately try to find a solution.
Yeah. Sometimes they just ask us to go through the factory to the production line and see the actual problem.
So
yeah.
That is an advantage. That is secret thing is I think everywhere is there. A lot of times in public programs.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Nobody asks.
That's right.
Come to you and you cannot finish your lunch.
Exactly. Yeah, that happens. Yeah,
so,
usually.
I think it's very important for ArtTech or organization like Technobiz, and not only offering the public programs but also the in-house programs. I think industry should utilize this kind of programs, in-house programs, to train whole team, solve all real problems. Sometimes in the public programs, you have to answer for many people. But if an in-house program, you look into your problems only, and so a lot of advantage is there. So I think that is an important thing. So ArtTech, plays an important role. So it's research, development, and also testing
and training. Yeah.
And you make the muscle of the rubber industry stronger, so that they stay in their business, So I think that's guys, I do encourage all of you be in touch with the Krisada Suchiva or the Dr. Chekri. There are many team members here. We're not putting them here, but huge talent here. Okay, resources here. They have a library too. You have a library.
Small
You
library.
know. We have a library and with the literature, and if you want to search any research or literature search, is also an opportunity is there.
Yeah.
So we've got many advantages, many advantages to work with the art tech, you know, and being at a university. I think whether you are a big company or a small company, it can affordable.
Yes.
I don't want to call cheap, is an affordable. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheap is not answer for solutions. Affordability is there, knowledge and skill is there, and infrastructure. The best part is an infrastructure, because whatever you want to test or whatever you want to find, you have all the needs. So it's a pleasure to have Ajahn Krisada and Dr. Chakri today to learn about ARTEC. I think I will ask Dr. Chakri to show around various facilities. Is it all right? Yeah. Okay. Let's go and check it out.
Okay.
I will take you to the rubber rheology testing lab. Okay. First, this lab is about how we measure the processability of the rubber compound. And I will show you the first one, which is very common for the rubber industry, which is the Mooney viscometer. Okay, we got 2 Mooney viscometer. Okay, that is the standard test for the rubber compound. Okay, and then we also have the MDR, or moving diameter, which is again is very common. We like to check for the cure time that we need to cross-link our rubber products, okay, with this machine. And another machine which is very powerful for us for determining the rubber properties is the RPA, or rubber process analyzer. With this machine, we can determine the mixed quality of the rubber compound, about the dispersion, and we can check for the viscoelastic properties of the rubber compound and rubber vulcanized. Okay, and we also have the capillary rheometer here, as you can see, which is very powerful for characterizing the flow properties of the compound, okay, particularly at the high shear rate, okay. And last but not least, we have the rubber rubber capillary rheometer. With this machine, you can see that we got a spiral mold here, which could determining the flow length. That means the flowability of our rubber compounds, okay. Okay, this is a physical testing lab that we can take a look here. Okay, as you can see here, we got the UTM, or universal testing machine, which are used for testing the tensile properties of the rubber vulcanized. Okay, and here we also have the Goodrich flexometer, which used for seeing the heat build up, particularly for the tired products. Okay, and we have the abrasion test device that they use for determining the abrasion resistance, and this is the rebound tester. You can check for the elasticity of the rubber products, okay, rubber specimen. And here we have the Dermacia flexometer, okay, to see how good the products could resist the flexing, okay. And we also have the instrument for checking the heat distortion temperatures, okay, of that. But actually, this is for plastic, okay. But we still provide the service to the customer, right? You can see here, this is the tensile tester. But the difference of this machine from another machine is this one is controlled in the special environment, which meet the standard. Okay. Right here is a lab that we use to test the dynamic properties of the rubber. Okay, I will show you here. This is the machine we call the mechanical dynamic. The dynamic mechanical analyzer, okay, or DMA, and this is very powerful machine that we use to see how good they have the modulus as a function of temperature or as a function of strain or even the frequency. So we can use this machine to predict the performance of the rubber products under cyclic loading, okay, and we're quite sure that this one is going to be answer to many of your questions, okay. And this is the machine we call the DSC, or we call the machine that differential scanning calorimeter that we use to check for the TG of the chemicals or even the rubber, okay, and we can see also about the curing and or some resin and so on, but it's again the good thing is that it uses very small sample, okay, and sometimes if you have a small sample, this one is going to be the machine for you, okay, to see the gas transition temperatures or melting point and so on, okay. We are going through another equipment that's very nice and give you a lot of information, which is the GCMS. Okay, let's see. With this one, okay, you can see that we have the GCMS, okay, which is a gas chromatography and the mass spectroscopy. They connect together. And the good thing is we have the pyrolyzer. That means you have the products or unknown products, okay? You just put it in and then it will burn it, pyrolyze and get some vapor. And the vapor will be passed through the GC column, okay? And then pass through the mass spec. So you can know the chemicals inside the sample very nicely and very precisely, okay, with this machine, okay? And if you decide that, we do not need the details of the chemicals, we got the option for you, okay? This is the one for you, we call the TGA, okay? TGA is, the very important machine for doing the reverse engineering, okay? That means you will know at least the composition of the materials, okay? But of course, its powerfulness might not be as good as the GCMS, but the cost, running cost is, is much lower, okay? And this might be enough for many of your applications. Now we're going to see the equipment that we could determine the resistance to the ozone, which is very important for the outdoor products. Okay. Here, as you can see here, this is the ozone aging tester. Okay, we got 2 units. Okay, and this machine is very important for the products that stay outside the building, or we would say that the outdoor, and particularly for the tires or the seal. What you call the ceiling at the skyscraper windows and so on. They need to resist the ozone and temperatures, and this machine could give us the information, okay, of that things. And the difference between these 2 units is this one we got not only the static, but we could do the dynamic test as well. That means the ozone under dynamic loading. Okay. Yes. And here is the mixer, that the small mixer that used to prepare a small batch of the compound. Okay, and then this could monitor not only torque but also the temperatures that occur during the mixing, or we call the mixing curve. Okay, which is very important for monitor the mixing behavior. All right. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, so we want to introduce to you our Thai testing laboratories, which we have many kind of facilities to support Thai industry, in particular in testings. We have various facilities, like let me show you the first one here. This is called plunger tester, which is used for measuring the strength of the tires. You know, like you put in and push this thing here, and so until it goes through. It measures the strength of the tires, which is one of the components for standard tires. And next is the equipment for testing endurance of tires called drum test. So we have 3 drum tester for passenger car tires, for truck and bus, and also for motorcycles. Okay, let me show you more closely. So the drum test, there's a drum here, and you put tires here, and you put tires together, and you just run the tires until up to standard for so long, or until it breaks. You can vary the speed or times, whatever. And we have converted these testing facilities to measure the noise of the tire as well. We have done conversions. So this is for passenger car tires, and the other tools are for truck and bus and also motorcycle tires. And we do this service for the Thai rubber industry, which about more than 10 years ago, there's no testing facilities in Thailand. The Thai manufacturers have to send their tires to be tested abroad, which is take a long time and also very costly. So this is why the government support us. We work with the Federation of Thai Industry to set up these facilities about 15 years ago, and we have done a lot of support for testing Thai manufacturers. Now they have their own, until they are strong enough, and now they have their own facilities. And so I want to emphasize that at present, these laboratories, we want to devote it to research, because research is important as well. So let me show you some kind of research work that we have done with the industry. Like this one is the what we call airless tire, non-pneumatic tires, which is a trend in the future. We work with one of the tire manufacturers, our solid tires for forklift, and also for skid steer tire, for example. This is examples of the tires we have worked with industry, but we want to emphasize that now we want to devote our facilities to research for testing. And so all of you from anywhere in the world are welcome to work with us.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the visit with Artec. We had a chance to talk to Professor Krisda Suchiva and also Dr. Chakri Sirisinha. Both of them are key members of the Artec, Rubber Technology Research Center. You've seen the way, the vision of the Artec, the services they offer, the facilities they have, and most importantly, the manpower, the workforce they have to support the rubber industry. As you understand that Artec is supporting Thai rubber industry, but also they welcome to work with all the rubber industry across the world. They do have a tire testing center. We have seen already all the, Dr. Chakri has explained to all of us that, the various instruments they have, and it's a world-class facility. And if you are a small company or a big company, any company, you want to develop a product or you want to do the testing service, or you want to conduct any specific research on innovations related to, related to rubber materials or process or the recycling as well, you should work with Artec. And I welcome you all to come and collaborate. And if you have a chance to visit Thailand and Mahidol University, please do visit Artec. That's my one request to all of you, invitation to, on behalf of the Artec, on behalf of Dr. Krisada and also Dr. Chakrit, for thanking the opportunity to showcase their facilities. It's a world-class facility, and everybody should come together and develop the industry. So thank you all.